Hello everyone, I'm here to explain the chapter The Ailing Planet, the Green Movement's Role of Great 11th under the Crown of Foster of English by Nani Palkhiwala. Just to introduce the chapter to you, The Ailing Planet, the Green Movement's Role is a sad commentary on the gradual deterioration of our environment. The planet Earth is no more a pleasant place for habitation. Fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands need to be preserved and protected. Let us contain population explosion and stop the poverty. The green movement is the only hope for this planet and the survival of human race. A brief introduction about the author. Nani Palkhiwala, he was the Indian jurist and civil rights activist. He was born on January 16, 1920 and he died on December 11, 2002. He was the top authority on constitutional law and government finance. In 1958, Palkhiwala, a lawyer and private businessman, began an annual tradition of publicly expounding on the India's budget. His speeches brought him the crown of an expert and a gifted orator. Although he opposed Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's policies, Palkhiwala in 1975 agreed to defend her when she was charged with corruption. When Gandhi declared the state of emergency and suspended the constitution, he, however, resigned. After Gandhi's defeat in 1977 general elections, Palkhiwala was named ambassador to the US, a position he held until 1979. He remained politically active later in his life, lobbying for better living standards for the India's poor and for a more effective and responsible government. A brief introduction about the chapter. This chapter is based upon the degrading position of Mother Earth. The present scenario of India is highly deplorable as the report of Parliament Estimate Committee highlights near catastrophic depletion of India's forest at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. The article, The Ailing Planet, the Green Movement Role, was written by Nani Palkhiwala and published in the Indian Express on 24th November 1994. Starting with the explanation of the chapter, the writer briefs the change in the perception of the societies from a materialistic view to the comprehensive and ecological view of the world. It states that humans are now worrying about the environment. In this way of perception, our planet is considered as a living organism. People consider it as it is having its own metabolic functioning as all other living entities are having. Then the author explains the concept of sustainable growth of 1987, meets the want of the current time without losing the ability of upcoming generations to meet their needs and fulfill them. Furthermore, we must utilize the natural resources in such a way that we fulfill our needs as well as conserve these resources for the upcoming generations. People consider themselves as the partner and not as a member of this planet. In reality, we are partners with millions of creatures of this entire planet. The Global Economic Prospect, a book, points out that the planet's major biological systems are four, that are fisheries, forest, croplands and grasslands. These virtually consist of all the raw materials of industries at present. A non-sustainable utilization of these resources is occurring. Then the author is concerned about the lessening of the forest land. The dung which we should use as a natural fertilizer, we are generally using to produce fuel. On the other hand, the soil is not receiving natural fertilizer. Then the writer refers to Article 48A of the Constitution of India. Article 48A, it states that the state should guard and improve the forest and the wildlife as well, but they do not impose the law appropriately. Then the writer refers to the parliamentary committee report that says the decline of a forest at the frequency of 3.7 million acres every single year. The United Nations states that the environment has deteriorated so severely that it is critical in many of the 88 countries examined. The major reasons behind the deterioration of the environment are urbanization, deforestation, logging, and mining. The population is rising at a very higher rate. Development and growth are the two most appropriate solutions to the people's problem. With such a population, development is a difficult task to do. We need a proper family planning to control the situation of overpopulation. There is a major need to control the population. The writer at this point once more repeats the positive change in view of the people regarding ecology. Industries must also take responsibility for a better ecosystem. The two most important reports we are going to discuss here. First is by Mr. L.K. Jha, and in his report he raised the question, are we to leave our successors a scorched planet of advancing deserts, improvised landscapes, and ailing environment? The second was submitted by James Peth, the president of World Resource Institute, and he said, we are saying that we are losing the forest at an acre a second, but it is much closer to an acre and a half to a second. Conclusion of the chapter is the Green Movement's role summary. It tells us about the situation of this planet, that it is very crucial, and how we must do our best to save it. The message behind this chapter is the future of humanity will depend on how we steward the resources of land, of soil, of water and seeds, and pass them on to the future generations. By Vandana Shiva. There is a zoo at Lusaka, Zambia. There is a cage where the notice reads, the world's most dangerous animal. And when we enter that cage, there is no animal but a mirror placed in front of us, and we can see our image in that. And it is written that the world's most dangerous animal, because the human beings are the animals who are behind the deterioration of the environment, and we are unable to protect it. We are not freeholders but tenants. Margaret Thatcher says, no generation has a freehold on this earth. All we have is a life tenancy. Lester Brown says, we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers, but we have borrowed it from our children. So we should act responsibly to protect and preserve this earth. I hope students you were able to understand the concept of the ailing planet, the green movement's role. And if you liked my video, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe my channel. And if you have not turned on the notification bell, please do so.